Hi everyone, welcome. This is Manifest Tarot, and in today's reading, it is going to be an open reading. We are just going to let the cards show us what they want to show us today. So I have 3 piles. Pile 1, this is the Mythos Tarot. It's a Greek mythology tarot deck. And the crystal is this beautiful amethyst. And I know I always say beautiful. Beautiful amethyst, but it's a beautiful amethyst. All the crystals are always so beautiful. This second deck is this. It's this deck. It's Nicoletta Sisoli Tarot. I hope I am pronouncing that right. And the crystal is this Unakite heart. The third deck is this After Tarot deck. And the crystal is a green aventurine. So take as much time as you need. The crystal, the deck, the meaning behind the deck, or the artwork on the top, whatever sparks you to be attracted to one of these decks, whatever I want you to know, whatever you feel, whatever you are drawn to, that's a message that's your reading. So take as much time as you need, and I will leave the timestamps below. See you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. You chose this Mythos Tarot deck and this amethyst crystal. So we'll put the amethyst crystal over here with its friends. And I'm going to put the deck aside for a moment, and we will pull some oracle cards. So I'm going to pull one card from this deck. Going to wake up the cards. Actually, I feel this one right here. This one wanted to come out. And we'll take one from this deck. Oh my gosh, I think 3 came out from this deck. They were so excited. And I'll take 1 from this. We're just letting the cards speak to us. Letting the cards show us what they want. And again, another one wanted to come out. Really, really wanted to come out. So here are our oracle cards. Let's start with the oracle cards. Lasya of Parvati. This is card number 32. We're going to have to look at the guidebook on this one. But I will put that over here. The Otter and Cattail with Peace. This is card number 34. What a beautiful card and beautiful sentiment to have for this reading, the open reading. The Martin and Foxglove with Mischief. This is card number 24. Oh, did I say, wait a minute, did I say 34? This is 39. Sorry, this is number 39. And this is number 24. The quail and gooseberry with anticipation. This is 51, card 51. This is a beautiful card. And then what about these two? I think I'm gonna, here we go. The Fates, number 17, card number 17. Wow, you got a lot of Oracle cards here, pile number 1. And then lastly, we have Go the Distance, card number 47. Running so hard, you're outrunning your own spots, pile number 1. And so let's ask the deck just to give us whatever cards it wants to. Oh my gosh, there's so many that want to come out. Oh my gosh. I want to take 1 or 2 more cards. We'll put this one aside in case we want it again. And let's see what we have, pile number 1. The 9 of Swords with Phobos. The Hanged Man with Prometheus. The 8 of Swords with Medusa. Pile number 1, it seems like you are either going through or have gone through something. Some stagnant energy, some powerful emotions. Pile number 1. The 4 of Pentacles with Epiphron. Look at the hands coming out. Judgment with Athena, the goddess of wisdom. The Empress with Hera, who is she's the wife of Zeus, and she is the queen of the queen of the Olympians, I guess you would say, in today's terms. And the Page of Swords with Erebus. So we're already out of space. I'm going to be back in a second. I'm going to somehow rearrange these, and then we will get into this beautiful reading. Pile number 1, just a second. Hi, pile number 1. I am so fascinated by your reading here, and there are so many messages, so I am going to get right into it. Pile number 1, I can see it. So I'm still rearranging the cards, sorry, but once you start rearranging the cards, you know, it's a little addicting. You want to just continue to get the ultimate, the most magnificent arrangement. But anyway, pile number 1, I'm going to start with, no, I'm not. I'm going to start with this trio that came out first for your tarot cards. So we have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Pile number 1, I am seeing that you feel so stuck about something in your life right now. Pile number 1, you are feeling so in your head. It's like, this is what it is, pile number one. You have something that you want and you feel like you're almost there. You're manifesting this thing that you're almost there, and you're just continuing and continuing to try to manifest and try to manifest, and you're just holding on to it closer and closer. And it's like this, okay, stay with me here. It's like, you know how some bread, when it comes out of the oven, or if it's nice and fluffy or whatever, it's so fluffy and beautiful that, say, like a big loaf of cinnamon bread, and it's so fluffy and wonderful and soft. But what if you start squeezing onto it because you don't want to, you don't want somebody to steal it from you, let's say. It looks so beautiful and smells so fragrant that everybody else is coming around you, and you're just holding onto it and you're squishing it, and it just turns into this little disgusting blob of squished dough instead of this beautiful fluffy loaf of bread. So that's what it feels like that you're doing about this thing that you want. You're smushing it in your mind, obviously not literally, figuratively, so that you are bringing, Phobos is the god of panic, of all things. It's like you're bringing so much angst and panic into this one thing. I feel like it's localized into one thing. I don't think this is something that you have been doing for your entire, your whole life, your whole manifesting, your whole life is there's one thing that you're holding on to mentally so much that you're kind of squishing the life out of your manifestation. And what does that mean? You're squishing the life out of yourself. You're squishing the life out of the pot of your ability to manifest this thing. So there's so much going on here, pile number one. I'm going to go, and then now I'm going to go with this. So this Lasya of Parvati card is telling you exactly, and this are telling you exactly what to do about this. Oh, I wanted to tell you before this quail and gooseberry with anticipation. This is speaking to this. Is that instead of being the person that has what you want, pile number one, you are anticipating being the person that has what you want. Instead of being the person that has what you want, you are anticipating that once you get it, you will become the person that has it. So I hope this is coming through to you, pile number one. There's something in your life that you want so much that this is you this is a picture of you manifesting this. It's just so painful. It's a painful process for you, pile number one. And I respect that. There's some things we want so much that we can't imagine our life without it. But there's this anticipation that you're in that is blocking it, pile number one. And so this Lasya of Parvati, I want to keep on wanting to put an extra R in there. So this Lasya of Parvati and this otter and cattail with peace are saying the exact same thing to you, pile number one. They're saying, she's saying there's a better way. There's a better way by letting go of the effort that you've been putting into it. letting go of all of the struggle and knowing that you already have this manifestation and that you are the person that has the manifestation already. And this otter and cat, this otter playing amongst the cattails. Do you see how much the otter's tail looks like a cattail? They should be renamed otter tails, I guess. So this otter is telling you the exact same thing. Look at this. The marten and foxglove with mischief. They're both telling you the same thing, even though peace and mischief are not necessarily something that you would think, oh, you know, these are saying the same thing. They are, because you are not letting yourself just be yourself, be your wonderful self, that is maybe mischievous or mischievous, however you want to pronounce it sometimes, who wants to just dwell in your peaceful being. Pile number 1, there's so many things going on. So Erebus is the god of darkness. And this Page of Swords, well, Erebus is the god of darkness, and Epiphron is the son of Erebus and Nyx. Nyx is the goddess of night, and Erebus is the god of darkness, and Epiphron is the god of he's the god of like being prudent and being prudent and being, you can see right here that the artwork is really interesting, because you can see he has the coins, he has these pentacles, and he's got this wreath of something around his brow, and he is wise and prudent with his money, with his whatever, with his resources, I should say. But there's hands grasping at him, but he is steadfast in his own belief in what he wants. So that is what, even though this is about abundance, this is what you are being, you know, that this is what the cards want to tell you right now, is that you can be like this even in, if there's circumstances against you, you can hold steadfastly. So here's another interesting story here. That all the cards seem to be connected so much. We have the Eight of Swords with Medusa, and we have Judgment with Athena. So Athena turned Medusa into Medusa. Medusa was a mortal woman, and Athena turned her into Medusa and turned her hair into snakes so that she would turn to stone anyone who looked at her once she had snakes for hair. And so obviously Medusa felt probably just terrible and stuck, right? She felt terrible and stuck in this, kind of like the Hanged Man. What a hideous way to live. You can't be in anyone's presence. If you loved someone and you wanted to be with them, you could not be with them. You couldn't even be in their presence, or they would be turned to stone. And Medusa was killed by Theseus. But that's tragic. Her story is very tragic. But when she died, Pegasus came into being. So that's another metaphor for what the cards are trying to tell you, is that once you're letting go of what the person that you don't want to be, something beautiful emerges. Letting go of that bread. I don't know why I've got this bread analogy. Letting go of that bread that you've been smushing. Oh my gosh. And it kind of is going to expand again into this beautiful loaf. You, pile number 1, are going to transform immediately into the you that has what you want. This is all so fascinating. This Empress card and Hera. Hera is the goddess of fertility, childbirth. She's a very, just like the Empress. I mean, it's exactly how you would, they match, pretty much exactly. The Empress, Hera's the queen of the Olympians. She's an empress, and she is the goddess of everything that the Empress card also stands for. And she also has a sad story in that her husband, Zeus, is very unfaithful all the time. And she wreaks vengeance on the women that he is unfaithful with. And I'm not sure, let's see, I'm not sure what exact message, if there's a special message for you in this. You know what, I might pull some more cards to see if what special thing, because I'm not quite getting what she is telling us. But there's 2 more things. The Fates are Greek goddesses. There are 3 goddesses. There's one that spins the thread that is your life. There's one that measures your life's thread, and then there's one that cuts it. So the Fates are actual, this card is so apropos for this reading with your Greek gods cards. And this is symbolized, it says the Fates, but symbolized by this one figure. So it's telling me that your fate is in your own hands. And you see there's one thread with stars that is right in front of this one figure. You, pile number 1, are the master of your own fate. And that you are right near the finish line. Look at how clear that is. You are right near your own finish line. Pile number 1. The message couldn't be more clear. Letting go of the anxiety and the terror and just the terror and the anxiety and feeling stuck. There's something I wanted to say about this Page of Swords. Erebus, he is the god of darkness. Such a beautiful illustration too. Look at the stars in his hair. But the darkness is not in a terrible way. It's that understanding the darkness. So it's understanding the darkness and being able to navigate the darkness. Being able to navigate the things that are unseen and the things that you want and that might be hidden right now, but that you can get to by letting go of this stuck energy. And this Parvati card, the Peace card, and the Mischief card are telling us the same thing as well. Letting go of that and allowing it to expand out and seeing in the darkness. So I'm going to pull a few more cards. I'm going to use this deck. This is the Phantasma deck. I'm going to pull a couple cards to see if we can get a little bit more clarification on this Hera card, this Empress. What message are we getting? I want to show you this. Oh, the Ace of Wands. Another, I'll keep this one out. It's another new beginning for you. Another message that if you let go, it's a new beginning for you, pile number 1. The Mentor, this is the Hierophant. The 3 of Swords. The 9 of Cups. It's interesting because she's a goddess of fertility and childbirth, and the Mentor, one of the meanings of the Mentor is marriage and stability. She was not stable. Her marriage was not stable. They stayed married, but they weren't very happy together. And the Mentor is happiness in marriage, happiness and stability and tradition and, you know, peace in your marriage, peace in your relationships. And then we have this 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. And then both of these happy cards, both of these happy, very stable and loving cards are surrounding this 3 of Swords, which is heartache. But look at the artwork on this pile number 1. Do you see he's got these swords through a heart, but it's not his heart. I'm not sure whose heart this is. It's outside of him, but do you see one hand is cradling his own face, but the other one is reaching out to this beautiful star that's coming in. So he's actually in the midst of choosing something different. It's encapsulating this choosing something different moment, pile number 1. So the cards are saying that there's some switch that has to be between the Empress Hera story and the Mentor, from instability to stability. And it has to be this choice coming from heartache to just love or whatever. If this looks, obviously this really looks like a love reading, but it could be any sort of relationship. It could be any sort of strong wish that you have been holding on to. It could be abundance. It could be as I said, any sort of relationship, although it does look like a love relationship with Hera and the Mentor. And then also it could be any sort of career or health or anything. It could be anything, but it's your most dear wish. It's the wish that's the dearest to your heart. It's the thing that you want the most. Pile number 1. And we can't forget this Ace of Wands. It's the only spirit card that we have pulled for this whole reading, which is a new beginning. New beginning, pile number 1. And you got this 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment. All the cups are filled. Everybody's happy. Everything's wonderful. Happy, joy. Everything's coming together. So pile number 1, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am so just grateful that you got this message right now, because I feel like you really needed it and that it's really important to your heart. If you like this reading, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future readings, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, welcome. You chose this deck and this Unakite heart. I'm going to put this heart near its friends over here. And we're going to put this deck aside for now and pull a couple of oracle cards. So let's wake up the deck. And we're just asking this deck to give us just whatever message it wants to. And we'll ask this deck the same thing. Give us a message. I'll pull another one from this deck. There's 3 cards, and we will pull a card from this deck. What message do you have for pile number 2? All right, so let's see what the oracle cards are saying for us. The Oracle of Chaldea. Oh, and this is card number 37. Oop. The Bat and Hellebore with Intuition. This is card number 19. Intuition, how interesting. Let's see. What is that going to say as we continue on? Oh, so this is card number 28 with the Opossum and Peony with Bashfulness. The Opossum and Peony, what a combination, huh? Hey, this is card number 18, the Boar and Pumpkin with Confidence. So you have 18 and 28 right next to each other. The Boar and Pumpkin, another awesome combination, huh? And this is card number 21, Clean It Up. Look at how exuberantly this elk, or whatever, I'm going to call it an elk, is cleaning up its environment. So let us pull some cards for you, pile number 2. Let's see, what do your cards want to show you? Oh, this one wanted to come out. Let's see, what do your cards want to show you? What messages do your cards have for you today? Let's see. And we're going to put this inside in case we want to look at it some more. So this is the Strength card. This is the Devil. Already 2 major arcana here. This is the 3 of Pentacles. Oops. The 6 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. There's a lot of swords also in pile number 1's reading. The Star card. You have lots of major arcana and lots of swords. The 2 of Wands. Can you see this one? Yep. Then we're going to have to... Oh, the King of Pentacles. And we will put that up here. So I'm going to look at the guidebook for this card, Oracle of Chaldea, or however it's pronounced. So this is almost exactly, not exactly, but it's very similar to it's similar to the message in pile number 1. Pile number 2, it's that you yourself are able to process things at a time and in a way that is natural. And this guidebook is saying that you might have your mind might be ready to move on from something before your body is. So your body might still be reacting to stress, even though your mind is saying, I'm over that. Or vice versa, your body might be not reacting to stress anymore, but your mind might still be. And so that's a very interesting distinction. Plus, the Oracle of Chaldea is also saying that you are your own oracle. You know the answers. And it's coming right next to this intuition card. So it's also saying that there's something about you, your intuition, that is very powerful right now, pile number 2. Very powerful. Because look at what we have right here. These two cards together, this confidence and clean it up. Very, very similar. I mean, a boar is very charge in, right? And the confidence of this, the not just confidence, I mean the confidence and the verve and the vivacity of this elk that is cleaning up their environment. And the little, I don't know if you saw this, but there's little stars in the dirt down here. So there's magic even in cleaning up. Even in the act of cleaning up the dirt, there's going to be this magic. Pile number 2. It's very interesting here. Pile number 2, I wonder what is going on with you, because, oh, and of course, bashfulness and confidence came right up together. And I pulled the confidence aside because I'm seeing this clean it up and confidence as very paired, right? But these are also very paired in a way that's very strange, yet it's totally coming in with your oracle card, your main oracle card here, is that you have two sides. It's like they're not necessarily fighting. It's that maybe there's something in your life, this is what is I'm seeing pile number 2, is that there's something new, there's something you're branching out in. It feels a lot like a career, like a venture, pile number 2, and you are maybe going back and forth between confidence and bashfulness, it's saying, but like not being confident, being doubting yourself. And it's so interesting that they came up one after the other, and they are so opposite yet so paired together. And it's extremely interesting how you have these two as well coming up right together. Okay, let's do this one first. This is a 5 of Swords. This is having a victory, I should say, being victorious over someone, but being so victorious that you make enemies. Meaning you're not a good winner. You're kind of a sore winner of all things. That you have so won over someone else that they'll never help you, that they will never have your back ever again. That it could have come out some other way where it was, this is something that I think it's warning you that if you burn your bridges by being victorious and kind of just going on like, oh, I don't need you anymore, you are doing yourself a disservice by not having those allies in the future. Pile number 2. And I feel like this really is some sort of venture, some sort of business venture, so maybe some new job, a new thing that, or a new facet of a older, of a long-term job, some new venture for, side business that you are working on, something that you are, or maybe, some long-term thing that you have been working on at night, in your room alone, really working on it, trying to perfect it, and you're finally presenting your stuff to the world. I don't know what it could be, maybe artwork or writing, or maybe you've been practicing music, anything. It could be you've been studying for a certification, and you're finally ready to start the career you wanted. Something major for you, pile number 2, because you are leaving behind what no longer serves you, pile number 2. But I'm seeing that it is something that is closely allied, or not allied, but closely enmeshed with your sense of yourself, with your ego. So if this doesn't work, your ego is going to be like really crushed. So there's these 2 cards, and they are connected by this leaving behind what no longer serves you, pile number 2. One is collaboration and success. One is success and making enemies. So this is a warning. It's that your cards are actually warning you, like, you can be a success and make enemies, but your cards are telling you it's going to be much better to work with people and be happy. Not that you can't have success. This is not what the cards are telling you. It's that once you have success, don't burn your bridges. And it's not saying don't be proud of yourself. It's not saying just keep being humble or having this false modesty. It's saying be honorable and upright. Continue being the wonderful person that you are, and don't make enemies as you have this success. And obviously, pile number 2, the only way that somebody's going to be able to make enemies as they're successful is if they're a success. So these cards are telling you that whatever this is that you've been working on, you're going to be successful at it. There's this strength card and this devil card. I'm going to put those aside for now. I'm not quite sure about those 2. It's kind of, I might pull a few more cards on these but let's go on with the Star card and the 2 of Wands. Because these are telling me, the Two of Wands is like making a decision, being faced with a decision. It is one of its meanings. And the Star card is just being yourself and being confident in yourself. So I sometimes pull, I feel like you've already made this decision, that you've already said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm working on, and you have been working on it. So the Star card is telling you, you have made the right decision. And then this came up underneath this King of Pentacles. So this is the ultimate, I wanted to tell you, pile number 2, this is the ultimate personification of success. So again, I'm really seeing that this is a reading about something that you have been working on, and that you are going to be this personification of success. This is you, pile number 2. This Strength card and this Devil card, I'm going to pull a couple more cards about this. It's so interesting. So can we get some clarification on this? Two of Swords. Ace of Cups. So we got another choice card, pile number 2. It looks like we're really gonna have to. I wasn't seeing a real choice, but it sounds funny. But I'm gonna pull 2 more cards. It looks like you might really need a choice. Need to make a choice. There's some choice coming up for you. So cards, and there's a new beginning. So let's see. We're gonna just shuffle this up really well and then take the first 2 cards, because I want to have 2 cards specifically looking at a choice that you might make. Queen of Wands against Knight of Wands. How interesting. The Knight of Wands is the fastest knight in the deck, and the Queen of Wands is more standing in your power. Do you understand? I hope this is, yeah. So this choice that you might be facing is going to be either having confidence in your power, or kind of rushing forward before you're ready, and not being prepared, and you know, this fight between the confidence and bashfulness. You don't want to go before you're ready. Whatever this choice might be, it's telling you that you are going to be ready to do this thing that you're going to do, so you don't have to worry about rushing yourself before you feel ready. And you're going to know when the time comes. So there's going to be a choice, and maybe it will be presented as do this now or now or never. But that's not if you get presented with a choice like that, it's not real. It's not going to be now or never. You can do it when you feel like you have, when you're ready. So that's a choice. So there's going to be 2 choice cards. So what I'm seeing is, with this pile number 2, is that there is no choice. There's some real, maybe history of doubt. Maybe in the past people have said you can't do that, that's impossible, you're never going to succeed at this. Maybe in the past you have been the one saying it's impossible, I'll never succeed at this. And there's some old doubts that have been coming up for you, pile number 2. But this is telling you that there is No way you are going to fail. And you can be confident in that. The devil in this pile number 2 is you. And the fact that these came up together are so interesting to me, because they're seeming like they're just two sides of you. Just like how this bashfulness and confidence were two sides of you, that's what these are to me. They're two sides of you. And there's might be a choice that you have. Again, the two sides of you, this choice, remember? The doubtful one, the one that might be telling themselves, it's now or never, I'm never going to have this chance again. I'm not ready, but I'm going to do it anyway because I feel like I have no choice. No, this is the you that you're going to listen to, this one that's confident in your power, and it's not now or never. You are going to succeed. And this is the you in the future that is the personification of success. Personification of success, pile number 2. What an interesting reading, pile number 2. And I know that you're going to be successful. That's what all of this says. This says you are going to be successful, and that if you just stay true to yourself, that is the message. Stay true to yourself, pile number 2, and you are going to be so successful that you are going to personify it to yourself and others. So pile number 2, what an amazing reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any future readings. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, welcome. You chose this deck, the After Tarot, as well as this Green Aventurine. I'm going to put the Green Aventurine over here with its friends. I'm going to put this deck aside for a moment while I pull some oracle cards. So let's wake up this deck and ask it to give us a card for you, pile number 2. They're a texture that it's a little bit not sticky, but they like to stay together. So there's this card, and I'm going to pull a couple cards from this deck. So we just want a few cards from you for pile number 3. I'll take one more. So we want one more card for pile number 3. And we'll take one of these cards. This one. All right, let's see what we have for your oracle cards. Oh, wow. This is the same one that came up for pile number 1. Lasya of Parvati. This is card number 32. Here's that. So let's see what else we have. The Moth and Eucalyptus with an Ending. This is card 13. This is card number 9, The Weasel and Pine with Introspection. The Ladybug and Sweet Pea with Happiness. This is card number 35. And this is card number 29 with Breathe. Beautiful card, pile number 3. All right, now let's wake up the deck, your main deck. And we're going to ask it to just give us some cards for you, pile number 3. What would you like pile number 3 to know today? Let's take a couple more. I'm going to put this aside in case we want some more. Let's see what we have. The Queen of Swords, right away. Look at how beautiful this card is. And there's a moth, and there's a butterfly. The Devil card. The 3 of... This is so wild. There's a... the Devil card and the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords. I'm sorry. The 3 of Pentacles. It's a lot of cards of the, this. It's just this card came up in the pile number 2. This card came up in pile number 1. Knight of Pentacles. So cute with these oak leaves on the horse's bridle. This is the 8 of Swords. Sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. It's the 8 of Wands. The Death card. Wow, we have the Death card and an ending card. There's really an ending coming for you. The end of something coming for you. Pile number 3. And the Moon card. You can be able to see this one. There we go. And then this one is the Star card. So this was also in pile number 2. All right, so let's put this over here. Wow. We have a lot of... Yeah, we only have 2 court cards for you, pile number 3, so it seems like there's something major coming up for you, especially since we have 4 major arcana, and 2 of them are this major ending of a cycle. I mean, this is the most distinctive thing for this reading. So let's see what we have here. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you the meaning of this Lasya of Parvati. This means that, or the meaning that, you know, the guidebook says is that sometimes letting go of the effort is what is needed to move forward. Letting go of the effort, letting go of the struggle, letting go of the squeezing so tightly to whatever it is. And I'm seeing that letting go of trying to hang on to something that is meant to end is holding up any sort of forward progress. Pile number 3. I don't see any strong messages of what this is. Like if it's a relationship, if it is work, or if it is health, if it is what it is, but You are pile number 3, and this is a 3. It's a 3 of Pentacles. And we see right here, I mean, this is the after tarot. It's what you see after the moment. It's what happens moments after the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck illustrations that most people are familiar with. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there's 3 people working on building this cathedral, whatever it is. And you see there's tools still here, but there's only one person left, and he's admiring the handiwork of the day's labor right before he leaves. And so since you're pile number 3, and this is a 3, I'm thinking for many of you, this is some sort of work, abundance, of course, obviously, since it's right near the Knight of Pentacles. And this is and you've got a lot of interesting things going on in here. So, staying with the work thing, you've got the Knight of Pentacles right next to the 8 of Wands. And so the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. It means forward movement, but it symbolizes like considering the next step, then taking the next step, then considering the step after that, and then taking that. So it's a very methodical forward movement, very slow and steady, and that sort of thing. You see that this horse has oak leaves in its bridle, and oaks are, like, it's a tree. It's like very steady, right? So there's a lot of steady forward progress, whereas the 8 of Wands is about rapid movement, things progressing fast, things happening. And what an interesting dichotomy, juxtaposition, I guess. And there's something about the death card and the ending card, the symbolizing the end of a cycle, definite end, pile number 3, in that something is ending for you. It does not matter what you want. It's ending, if you understand what I mean, and it's making place for something new, happiness. You have the Queen of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the moon, you have the star, the moon and the star. You have introspection with the moon, which means looking into your inner self, seeing inside of you and knowing what, finding what to do by looking inside of yourself. And breathe, which I'm taking as more, taking the time to look inside yourself and breathe. This, I feel like you want things to happen in the Knight of Pentacles way, where slow and steady, one step after another, but things are going to happen in the 8 of Wands way, which is out of control. The way you look, the way you're perceiving it, that it's out of control, that you don't have any control. But there's an ending coming in whatever this is, whatever thing is happening that is ending, it is ending. So you can let things end and still stay. Things can be like this outside of you, pile number 3, that they feel like everybody's doing stuff and rushing around and things are happening and crazy. But you can still be this Knight of Pentacles and still be one step in front of the other, planning your next step. Taking time to breathe and knowing that you don't have to grasp on so tightly to whatever this is, because it's ending. And look at what you have. I want to show you all of these good cards, because the devil, I forgot to say before I get into the good, the devil card is doubts and temptation and those sorts of things. It's got quite a few meanings, but I'm taking it, I just noticed the devil is, for all you nerds out there, the devil is giving us kind of the Vulcan salute, isn't he? Anyway, the devil card has many meanings, but I'm taking it as, don't let this ending that we're seeing coming for you, pile number 3, say anything about you to you. Don't let that make you think that you can't get what you want, because it's just part, this ending has to come to make way for happiness. Because, okay, so let me show you happiness. We have this just letting go, this letting go of and trusting, being like intuitive, breathing, trusting everything coming to you. Pile number 3 is, there's very strong messages of, don't worry, you know what you want. There's a goal that you have, and something pertaining to that is kind of crumbling away, yet you yourself are still able to be solid and secure within yourself, and it has nothing to do with you, and you can continue to move forward. So if this is, let's say it's about a job, maybe you, this is just an example. Like if you're a contractor, if you're a contracted position and you had a 6-month contract, and the company says, okay, that's it, we can't afford to keep any contracted positions, and we won't have a position for you at the end of the 6 months, and you had been counting on getting it renewed for another 6 months. That is an ending. They're saying that there's no way forward, and it just comes on suddenly, and you're thinking, oh wow, what am I supposed to do now? Well, that has to happen before, so you can either have a new, either maybe the company says, okay, finds this other better position for you, or you find a better position somewhere else. That void is going to be filled with good things. So in whatever way you find this ending coming to you, that ending can be whatever you make of it. It could be something ends and then comes back better. It could be a relationship. It could be friendship, any sort of relationship, love relationship, friendship, family relationship. Something is going to end, and it could either come back better than before, or be making way for something better. And it's up to you, because this Parvati card is telling you that you can let go of the trying, the worrying, and that you just concentrate on yourself, pile number 3. That you are, there's so many figures that are symbolizing you. You are the Star card. You are letting go, and you are trusting, and you are succeeding. and you are becoming a star, pile number 3, and you are trusting in your intuition, because I feel like this devil and this moon card, the devil is saying that, the devil is kind of reminding us, the moon card can have two meanings. It's either trusting your intuition or listening to your fears. And so you, pile number 3, are trusting in your intuition. You are trusting. You're trusting. There's such a strong message of trusting the process. You, pile number 3, are also the Knight of Pentacles. No matter what is going on around you, you are planning and you are taking your next step forward, and you know you have this intrinsic strength from within, pile number 3. Doesn't matter what is falling apart around you, you know, and you are working hard, and you know you're going to succeed, pile number 3. And we have this, finally, we have this Queen of Swords. This, pile number 3, is exactly what you are embodying, is just knowing and embodying success and intellectual and just success in embodying clarity of purpose and clarity of thought, and that you know exactly who you are, pile number 3. So I am seeing, pile number 3, that you are the strength, that you are who is, you are who you are meant to be already. There's no doubt. It's not like you have to work at it, that you have to, go into your childhood and heal your old wounds. No, you are the person that you want to be, pile number 3. And all you need to do is trust yourself, and it doesn't matter if things fall apart around you. You are still you, and you are still the one who succeeds and is happy. That's what your cards are telling you today. Wow, pile number 3, I hope you enjoy this reading. I know you enjoy this reading, and I would love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any future readings. And thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.